friend and I left early in the morning to drive up the California coastline to Monterey, California. Here you can see where we drove above the clouds. We finally arrived in Monterey, and our goal was to see the jellyfish. Here are the rates currently for the aquarium. We used our state of California employee discount and got $10 off. You walk into the large 2-story opening, which it is more 3 stories at the aquarium itself. But here in this beautiful atrium area, you get to see all the different flags, a lot of artwork. It just lightens up the whole lobby. The aquarium itself here is 3 stories. It has a lot of viewing points where you can see all the different types of animal species. Of course, my favorite is always the shark, so I'm looking for it at all times. This fish was so huge. I was like, oh my gosh, I think it's bigger than a few of my grandchildren. The bright colors of the other fish your eyes just went to. It was really spectacular.
Oh, you want me to touch?
You do it.
That's good.
Here I encouraged my friend to touch this unusual water animal.
Do you see how it's
Oh, yeah.
like up on the top?
I do.
Forced migration.
We loved the wave that came over our heads, and we loved watching the kids that would just jump around and get so excited every time it came over their heads. The ray and tiger shark area, I believe it's a tiger shark, that were going around, it was really nice for kids. It was only about maybe 48 inches, and the glass was all around the size, perfect for the little ones. These 2 rays, just a chillin'. This was an unusual species that I was encouraged to touch. And this, I can't quite remember what the name it was, but I was just fascinated by watching it. The seahorses are always so graceful. And there used to be a larger exhibit here of seahorses that my friend had seen, but that got moved to Hong Kong according to a representative. These worms, it looked like they were dancing to a symphony. I was quite amused and mesmerized by it. My friend and I had gone to Hawaii a couple of years ago for a work conference, and we were able to go snorkeling on one day. And I kept saying, is this what we saw? Is this what we saw? Because we had seen an eel when we were snorkeling. He's like, no. There's a really cool area upstairs on the 2nd floor that has a lot of children's stuff. This piece is quite broken up just because I didn't want to get children's faces, but there is a lot of cool things for kids to see. This is the Finding Nemo tank. It has all the different species that you would find from that film, or the majority of them. Can you find Nemo? We found the jellyfish finally on the 2nd side, which is a new area for me. I knew it was here, but like I said, it's been so long since I've been there, and this was just fascinating. I just get they're so beautiful, but I've heard they're just so deadly or very scary when you get stung. But just to watch them, and maybe this isn't their own habitat, but this is a way of children learning about different types of animal species that they may never come in contact with. or hopefully may never come in contact with. These moon jellies were absolutely fascinating. And look at these. Just so beautiful. It's amazing. We see ourselves and we're like, we have a heart and a lung and organs. And where are these? What part of this for this living creature? It's just so crazy. The way these light up, all electrifying. And we finally got to see a sea turtle. So they had, what we saw was 2 sea turtles. And then these squid were like playing with me. They kept coming up to the glass and going back, coming up to the glass. It seemed like they were just like, come play with me, come play with me. Believe me, if I could jump in a tank, I would have. These always amaze me. They look like a lamp from the 70s, but they're living creatures. I just can't seem to get over it. And the sand dollars, people take them home and they don't realize that these are live species. These were so cool. They were swimming sideways and then they just would melt into the rocks below. Can you see this one here? Here was this crazy called the innkeeper worm. I just could not stop looking at it. I had never seen anything like this. My friend said it looked like it was moving up, but I couldn't tell which was the front or which was the back. Watching the anchovy swim was crazy. Said if you watch him and if it's open to its mouth like it's yawning, it's mealtime. This was not here when I went, which was penguins. And we kept looking at the one off to the side, and then the representative said, look up at top. There's a baby. The plan is to actually have I believe she said Facebook, where people can go on and name it, and their name will be announced soon. The sea otters were having such a wonderful time, playing around, swimming, enjoying. The top one is over there hanging with the ice, just cooling off and chilling. This is an area up above where the sea otters are, and there's a cafe and restaurant below. They're all the way to the left. I think I captured the cafe, and then the restaurant is just on the next side. There's also some restrooms down there and another little gift shop. We left the aquarium in search of fish and chips, and boy, Cooper's Pub and Restaurant really did the trick. This meal was $18, and I also got a bowl of New England clam chowder, which was extra, and I quite don't remember how much that was. But the fish was huge. I had already eaten on some of this before I realized I hadn't taken a picture. We ran into Harry Otter. This is a regular gift shop like you would see at a cruise port with t-shirts and totes and magnets and things like that. I almost grabbed this chocolate Twinkie, but we ended up going to Ghirardelli's, where I got a sea salt caramel hot chocolate and my friend got a cappuccino. We wandered into this store with these beautiful lamps, and the salesperson told us that everything was from Turkey in here. we just kept saying, oh, I want this, I want that. Some of these things were very pricey. These lamps were so beautiful, I wish I could have taken one home. Unfortunately, the cost was too much. This one was my favorite. I did end up picking up a couple earrings. It was only one pair for $6 or two for $10. So of course I got two pairs. It was truly great going back to Monterey, especially with my friend. He's going to be going back to the East Coast, and it'll probably be a long time before he gets back over to the West Coast. And it was great for me to see all the things that my grandkids can do here. Bye, Monterey, for now.